leading 5-1. I thought it was money in the bank last night. What happened?
Well, I guess really the big problem for me was throwing strikes. You know, when you get a lead like that, you don't do anything but challenge the hitter. You know, you got a big park like this, 5-1 lead, you make him hit the ball. And my last start in California, I was wild, and yesterday I was wild, and it just got me in a little trouble. I think it's more mechanical in my motion right now than it is anything. I know I can throw strikes. It's just something I have to iron out, you know, when I throw on the side tomorrow.
I noticed in the first couple of innings that you had men on, you got the first 2 men up each inning very easily before you got in any trouble. Would that indicate you kind of took it too easy?
Well, maybe subconsciously. You know, consciously I wasn't taking it easy at all because I did want to beat him, you know, and having a lead like that, it's, you know, get you kind of pumped up. I got 2 outs and I would have a control problem. It seems like all of a sudden I would walk that guy, and then if a guy gets a base hit or something, they steal second, they've got to run. And I just have to, I guess, concentrate a little bit more on throwing strikes because it's definitely, it was a problem yesterday.
Now being wild is something strange for you. You usually have good control, don't you?
Well, when I first signed, my first 2 years, I was really wild. You know, I threw really hard, and I was real wild. Last year, I got my control under a little bit. But I would have spells where I would lose my control for a while. And I think this is what I'm going through right now. It's just a spell and something I have to concentrate on now. Now I have to concentrate on throwing strikes, and I think maybe that's good for me. It'll make me bear down a little bit more.
We're talking with Rich Dotson, the fine young right-hander of the White Sox. We'll be back with more following this message. Harry Caray back at Comiskey Park, the occasion of the 70th birthday of this old ballpark. Our guest on the pregame show, the fine young right-hander Rich Dotson of the White Sox. Rich, I guess as you go along, particularly at this stage in your career, you are tinkering with things, you're learning different things. This is the growing process, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think every game you learn something new. Yesterday, for example, I thought about it last night. I think that anytime you're having control problems like that, you should go with your fastball and try to get some type of rhythm down instead of throwing a lot of breakings and stuff, which I did, which is not very good. So I think next time I get in that type of situation, that I'll change. But I think as a pitcher, you always learn every game, you know, as long as you pitch. So it's a learning thing, and I'm learning a little bit more about it, learning more about myself. So I'm not too worried about it, just not to let it happen again.
You know, one thing about it they say about young pitchers, if they develop a change of pace, somehow they seem to fall in love with it at the sacrifice of the fastball, which is what originally got them signed up in the first place.
Yeah, I think it's really easy to fall in love with your off-speed stuff because first time around, a lot of times you get away with it. The second time, it's not so easy. That's when you have to have your good hard stuff, fastball, you know, throw a hard curve or whatever. And I think sometimes that's my problem. But my fastball has been good, you know, and I felt really good about it. But you know, when you're not throwing strikes with it, it's hard to stick with it all the time. You got to throw a strike sometime, and that's when I start throwing a changeup. So if I get more consistent with my fastball, then I think I can use my changeup a little less.
Well, young man, you already have a fine record this year, and I know it's going to be a much better one before this season is over. And thanks so much for being our guest.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you. Rich Dotson, the fine young right-hander of the Chicago White Sox, has been our guest. The birthday party ceremonies are underway now. And in a moment, we're going to have somebody arriving in a helicopter carrying a brick. I guess a brick from the original structure of the ballpark. I really don't know too much about it, but you're going to be seeing it all. They have a Dixieland band up there. 3 of the fellows who were here when the ballpark first was opened up 70 years ago, we had one of the gentlemen, Senator Ed, I can't remember, what is it again? Setmeyer, Seidler. Well, anyway, I'll tell you about it a little bit later on when I get up to the television booth. Jimmy Pearsall's already now with the starting lineups. Harry Caray down on the field, inviting you to stay with us for the celebration of the 70th birthday of Comiskey Park. Don't you go away now. So long, everybody. Guests on the pregame show will receive a Baum and Mercier men's dress watch, courtesy of Henry K. Jewelers, who are located at 547 North Michigan Avenue and on the 3rd level of Water Tower Place.
Hi, everybody. Jimmy Pearsall with Harry Carey at Comiskey Park. A lot of activities tonight. The first 15,000 people come into the ballpark will get a beautiful medallion to take home with them, celebrating the 70th anniversary of this big, beautiful ballpark. I'd like to take time to just congratulate two dear friends of mine who just had a baby boy, Lynn and Jack McClary, a 7-pound, 7-ounce baby boy, Ryan Kelly McClary, and I'm the godfather. I can't imagine how I could ever get mixed up with a name like Ryan Kelly McClary, but congratulations, Lynn, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon. This is the second game of a 4-game series with the California Angels. The White Sox now in the overall season have won 3 and lost 1. We'll like to forget about last night's game. We just won't talk about it. It was a game that we didn't play too well, and we lost it 10-6. The starting lineup for the California Angels, Dickie Thon will lead it off. He'll be the designated hitter. Rod Carew will bat second. He'll play first base. Carney Lansford will bat third. He'll be at third base. Don Baylor will bat fourth. He'll be in right field. Joe Rudy, who got a pinch hit, game-winning hit last night when he got jammed on the fist for a dunker into center field, will be in left field tonight. Bobby Grish also got a pinch hit last night. He'll be at second base. Bob Clark, boy, that young man made a great catch in center field in California in our trip out there. One of the finest I ever saw. Freddie Pautug has been scratched. He's got a stiff neck, and Campy Campaneris will be at shortstop tonight. Behind the plate, Stan Clyburn, and on the mound, Ed Halecki. For the White Sox, the lamp's been changed around a little bit. Molinaro will lead it off. He'll be the designated hitter. Bruce Kim will bat second, and he'll catch tonight. Harold Baines will bat third. He'll be in right field. Lamar Johnson will be at first base. He'll bat fourth. In left field, Wayne Nordhagen had a 3-run home run last night in the first inning. Chet Lemon back in the lineup. Says his wrist is feeling much better now, so he'll be in center field. Jim Morrison will be at second base. Greg Pryor at third. Todd Cruz at shortstop. And on the mound, it'll be 22-year-old Steve Trout. I'll be right back to talk about the pitchers right after this message.
Thanks very much. Okay, folks.
A TV 44 sports presentation.
With our 70th anniversary celebration.
The Chicago White Sox are brought to you by the following participating advertisers. Old Milwaukee Beer, the beer that tastes as great as its name. Old Milwaukee Beer. Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealers. If you're looking for the right car or truck, right now Chevy's got it. Just come and get it. True Value Hardware Stores. True Value. More than just a name, it's our way of doing business. Commonwealth Edison, providing you the power to grow. The Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Chicago, who remind you to have a Coke and a smile and enjoy Chicago White Sox baseball. Interlake Incorporated, a Chicago-based company in metals and material handling, sponsoring White Sox baseball for 8 consecutive years. Rusty Jones and the over 2,500 new car dealers who offer Rusty Jones rust-proofing nationwide. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. Zenith System 3 color TV with computer space command remote control. See your Zenith dealer for a demonstration. And by the Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. And by Checker Oil. If you want good quality where the price is right, that Checker, it's a gas.
All right, going. Mike. That's it. That's it. You hit right on target. Nice going.
Thank you. It was beautiful up there. Beautiful view.
What was your altitude when you jumped?
2,500 feet above the stadium.
And you looked like you made maybe 2 or 3 turns.
Yes, it was, there's no wind whatsoever. It's beautiful flying around.
Mike, nice to have you with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Good jump. Good jump. And here's the presentation. Thank you. Nice going. Jewel Cadet, have you ever had one brick presented to you to begin with, and one that was brought down by a skydiver from 2,500 feet?
Never, never. This is very exciting.
Thank you very much. Okay, folks, thank you all for coming out to help with our 70th anniversary celebration. All right, here's our happy birthday singing.
Okay, everyone, it's the 70th anniversary of Comiskey Park. Please join us in singing the traditional happy birthday song. Jewel Cadet is going to do this. Here we go.
I'd like you all to join me in singing Happy Birthday to Comiskey Park. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Comiskey Park. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Comiskey Park. Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall. They've had a great party for this old ballpark. Now it's time to play baseball.
Well, I played here when I was 50 years old, Harry. Now it's 70.
And now we'll all enjoy our national anthem.
You know, Muhammad Ali, the latest issue of Inside Sports has got everything.
Not even one picture about me inside.
You were in the June issue, Ali. This issue tells you what's going on behind the scenes now, the reasons behind the good seasons, the facts behind the flops, and the writing, all pro in any league. I tell you, champ, Inside Sports is the greatest.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's bragging.
You? The St. Louis Cards, Jim Rice, Don Sutton, and lots more. July, Inside Sports at your newsstand now.
Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall back at Comiskey Park. We're ready to play baseball. Jimmy, some of our viewers have sent me some of the articles out of Detroit on that Al Collins situation. And let me tell you something. Those writers really have gone out after Sparky Anderson, especially after Jim Campbell, the general manager, and the players. You know, they made quite a point. About a week before, you know, Jim Campbell had shut off the center field bleachers because he said of the violence of the fans. Yet now they say he condones the violent action of one of his players attacking another man from the rear. And that makes quite a point. Here he wants to blame the fans for what he calls unruly behavior. And he dismisses, as a matter of fact, even pays the fine of his player who does even worse. That'll make you stop and think a little bit.
It certainly will, Harry, and I can't believe that anybody in their right mind would do that. The fans of Detroit are tough, there's no doubt about it. They should be stopped because they do throw things like hammers, bolts, flashlight batteries, and a lot of other things out on the field. But like you say, if you're going to condone Al Collins' cowardly trick that he pulled, and certainly they deserve what they got. And those newspaper clippings are really long. So Steve Trout now's on the mound, going for his 4th win of the year. The young man won his last outing against the Angels. He's now 3-7, but he could just as well be up even at 5-5.
This writer, George Puskas, in the Detroit paper. Boy, quite a column. Here we go. Wish we had time to read some of it to you, but Dickie Thon will lead it off, hitting 286. First pitch of the ball game is a fastball. A little bit outside. 72 degrees. Ground ball to the left of Cruz. Can't come up with it. Should have had it. That'll be an error.
Looks like...
No, they caught it a hit.
Well, watch now, Harry. Looks to me like he gets his feet a little tangled. He comes in a hurry, but he can't slow up. Watch him stumble a little bit on this ball. See him? He gets his foot. That front foot is the wrong way to get it. You got to get the left foot out in front, and then he can't come up with it.
Why is that a hit?
I don't know. I can't. They gave him a hit.
I want to welcome the honorary bat boy, Adam Garber, who's in uniform for the White Sox. Here is Rod Carew, hitting 346. He shortened up the bunt. Strike call on the outside corner.
Steve, when he's right, will throw a lot of good hard sinkers, and there'll be a lot of ground balls. His last outing, he threw something like 15 ground balls.
Bill and Nancy Kwan from Berwyn are here. A runner back.
This Angel Ball Club will run on our catchers. They ran last night. They stole 3 bases.
Greetings to Anna Fox in Lincoln, Illinois. From Bill and Joanne Yokis. Fox is 89 years old. A pitch to Carew. Smash! Off of Pryor's hands. He can't locate the ball. Now that ball was hit like a bullet. They called it an error on Pryor, who couldn't get his glove up in time.
I'll tell you what, they still got that amateur. Look, this ball is really ripped. It's hit hard now, a shot.
Oh, that's
Boy, he's lucky to stop this ball.
Man, he barely got his hands.
See how close he is? Now he doesn't know where it is, so he can't make a play. But we got another one of those, that amateur scorekeeper over there again.
Oh, that makes...
Be consistent.
There's the first play. The shortstop's in front of the ball, but drops it. They call it a hit. A medium speed ground ball. Here's a ball hit like a shot. They call it an error. Runners at first and second. There's a strike called to Carney Lansford, and there's Steve Trout having that same dismal support. Lansford looking at the third base coach now. Bobby Knapp used to coach for the White Sox. Fastball a bit low and outside. Don Denkinger, the plate umpire.
Farmer broke about 3 bats in an inning. They got 4 runs off him last night in the 9th, and he broke his bat for a base hit.
Ground ball left field. That'll drive in the first run of the night. And the Angels are out in front 1-0. A changeup didn't fool Lansford at all. He plugged the gap between short and third for a hit. 1-0.
This ball is down all right, but there's not much on it, so he can double hitch. Watch him. See him double hitch and just hit it with his wrist. Good spot, but not much velocity. He needs a little bit more than that.
All our hard-throwing young pitchers have suddenly become very clever softball pitchers.
We call them cute. Here comes Schuler now. Hey, Harry, look, I got a letter here.
Is Schuler under player contract, or is he a coach?
Coach.
But he's working on a player's contract.
Well, I guess he had that 2 or 3 years when he signed.
So he's making more money as a coach
than the manager.
Than anybody on the ball.
Harry, I got a letter here from a fan that says, I like to agree with you more than I do Harry because you're cuter.
Oh, I like bald-headed people, that's all.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't know what your name is. I wrote that myself.
If he knew your name, and if you're a grandmother, he'll call you tomorrow. And if you have a husband, get him out of the house.
Oh, boy, I just hurt your feelings. I'll never do that again.
There's Baylor now, and the pitch is a little bit inside. Ball one.
See, you know why he lost that pitch? The catcher dropped it and had trouble holding it.
Pickoff play, but no throw. Carew's at second base. The Gaglieris and the Daces and the Rolinskis and the Bernardis and the Recklands and the Fergusons are all here from Toluca.
You got to be careful with Carew. He'll steal third on you. Uh-oh, he balked. He balked. Boy, I saw that. See when they get fooling around, boy. I saw that right away. Watch the movie. He hesitated right away then.
Oh, Tony, everybody in the world saw
He
the
balked,
ball.
Tony. I see it.
What's
Watch
the
it.
problem?
Watch, you can see it. Watch this. There.
There you
That's
are.
it. That's a false move. Come on, Tony. Come on. Let's go. He balked.
Well, I guess you can't see from the dugout. Ron Ferguson, the athletic director at Bradley. Here tonight.
What else
Here's
can we
Baylor,
do?
runners at second and third. Bouncing foul off to the left. A ball and a strike.
You think that Schuler went out there and helped him with that move?
I just had let these kids throw the
Yeah,
ball.
let them play. Let them throw. We spend more time on the mound.
Swings and he missed a fastball. The McKibben brothers from Joliet are all here. And greetings to a 10-year-old fan, Roy Bastian of Aurora. Two strikes and the ball. The pitch. Smash. Great play by Pryor. Throws to first. Now to throw to the plate. Bad throw.
Terrible throw by Lamar. He got him
Terrible
easy.
throw by Johnson.
Come on. Well, last night Lamar made a terrible throw to Morrison, cost us some runs. Now watch this. Got an easy throw at the plate. All he got to do is throw a half a strike. Boy, oh boy. We are really butchering it up. Watch this now. Good play by Pryor. Watch this play by Pryor. Now he holds Carew just enough. Now watch. See Carew's station. Now we look at Carew. Now he throws. Now watch the throw to the plate. All he's got to do is throw it up. But he throws it down in the dirt. See? The bad throw in the dirt. So Lamar, for 2 nights in a row now, is throwing the ball like he can't get it up there. Harry, defense, no matter what, is going to kill you. Right there in that inning now, we get an... I would have had to give Cruz an error in that ball at shortstop.
No RBI. The run scores on a bad throw to the plate. There's 2 errors charged in the first inning, and it should be 3. They made 5 last night.
Kim is really hurting. That leg is bothering him where Carew slid into him. You know, when you block that plate without the ball, you can really get hurt. And he's lucky he just hit him in the leg.
2-0. The Angels are leading. 1 man out, a runner at third. Here's Joe Rudy, who busted up the ball game as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night with a broken bat, 2-run single to center. Ground ball, another run's going to score. The infield was back. Throw to first for the out. 3-0 Angels.
Boy, they're really ripping that ball. They got 3 runs.
We look as bad here as the Angels did in Anaheim. And that's pretty bad.
Steve Trout all year long has been having the same kind of trouble. They took him out of rotation one time, Harry, instead of taking the infielders out of rotation.
2 men are out, 3-0. The White Sox must feel they're going to get a lot of runs off the Licky.
Well,
They're playing their infield back even after they were behind 2-0.
You know, with a side-arming right-hander, we put 1 left-hander in the lineup. There you see the defense, Lemons in right center, big hole in left center.
Outside.
You know, it's funny. I don't know whether these fans have something to do with getting these players so they either press or something, but they play really terrible baseball here at home lately.
How can the fans make them play terrible?
I know. Usually
Works
fans
the other way around.
Pumps up a good ball player to the point where he excels and gives them his best, but we have not given their money's worth in these last 2 homestands.
Oh, he walked him.
See, now he's starting to aim the ball.
Andy the Clown here tonight with good wishes for Tony Steger at Holy Cross Hospital. Brenton Hirsch here with the group today. Carl Erickson from Flossmoor on hand. There's a pitch foul back by Bobby Clark, the center fielder.
Harry, here's a guy that showed us some fielding in California. He's a fine defensive outfielder. He can really go get him.
Against our left-handed pitcher. Ground ball is short out of end the inning. Cruz has got it. Flips for the force out. 1 of the 3 runs is earned, but they get 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first, 3-0 California. Harry Caray back at the ballpark. I started to say, Jimmy, against the left-handed pitching of Steve Trout, the Angels have all right-handed batters with the exception of Rod Carew. Against the right-handed pitching of Halicki, the White Sox have all right-handed hitters with the exception of Molinaro.
Also, Halicki is a sidearmer. If you watch him, he's 6'7", 225 pounds. He's 29 years old. He only pitched 11 innings for San Francisco.
There's your old tennis-playing partner.
Boy, don't get hurt
Ed
sitting
Mars
there now.
of
Look at him
Channel
eating those
44.
peanuts. Oh, he's eating popcorn.
Howard Kaplan pointing the finger at him. He is saying, if you don't reduce those rates, Ed Mars.
there's Halicki. He's 0-1 this year. Against Milwaukee, he went 1 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned. He's been pitching 6 years in the big leagues, all with San Francisco. They say they clocked his fastball the other day. It was 84 miles an hour against Milwaukee, so he wasn't throwing too hard.
First pitch is in there, a strike. The Bobby Molinaro hitting 304.
Would you say he's a long drink of water out there?
6'7", did you say?
Yeah.
Ed Halicki. There's a line drive, base hit in the left field. In the center field. Bobby Molinaro opens up with a line single to left center.
This program is owned by WSNS-TV through exclusive rights granted by the Chicago White Sox and is telecast solely for the entertainment audience. Any reproduction or use of this play-by-play description, any account of this game without the express written consent of WSNS-TV is prohibited.
There's Bruce Kim now.
Bruce has been hitting the ball well. He has been getting his base hits.
Comes up against a sidearm right-hander, Ed Halicki. Halicki stands 6'7", and his earned run average is 5'4". 5.40.
Boy, you're funny tonight, huh? Boy. Did you get your medallion?
No. They never give me anything.
Oh, poor baby. Here.
No, I don't want it.
You don't want it?
No, if they don't give it to me, I ain't taking it.
All right.
I want to deprive you of yours.
No. It's one of the thrills of my life.
There goes the runner. Slow curve to Peg. It bounces towards right field. Stolen base. Now the White Sox have a run in scoring position.
Here you'll see it now. He gets a good jump. He doesn't throw very hard, so Molinaro's got this ball beaten easy. It was a changeup, too. But you know, here, I always wonder about that with nobody out. 3 runs down in the first inning, you fool around stealing a base, you get thrown out. It's kind of embarrassing.
Now Kim with nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball. That won't get anybody home. Campaneris Throws the first for the out. Boy, Kim is really bailing out on a sidearm curve.
I want to tell you, for some reason, we should have loaded this lineup up against this big guy. And we said this before, with all the left-handers we got in that dugout, because he is awfully tough. Left-handers are going to hit him easy because you pick him up and he doesn't throw hard, but sidearm, hard.
Here's Harold Baines, the other left-hand hitter in the lineup. Bobby Molinaro opened up with a single. Kim bounced out. Larry Troxell here from Hammond, Indiana. Baines takes a curve inside. Big group here from Joliet. The McNairs are here from Oswego. Bouncing ball, diving stop. Throw to first for the out. Great play by Carew. 2 men are out. Here's Lamar Johnson.
Tell you what, that ball was hit sharp, and he got a good jump on it. Watch how he handles this ball. You first baseman now, watch how he doesn't rush. This ball is hit hard, so he knows once he's got it, he makes sure he's got it. Now he sets himself. He'll come off the ground and make a perfect throw on his knees. He just flips it over there. Perfect play.
C.J. Ricker, lieutenant of the 1919 Sox World Series, watching the game here tonight. He's from Waukegan. Johnson takes a strike.
Infield really deep all the way around on Johnson.
Sidearm curve outside. Pittsburgh leads the Cardinals 2-1 at the end of 6. Yankees over the Red Sox 3-0 at the end of 5.
You know, a dress shirt on Halicki, his arms must be about 43.
A ball and a strike. Curve outside, ball 2.
The one thing about it, if you're a right-hander, you can stay right in there because he's not going to hurt you if he hits you.
The Nardini family watching the game here tonight. 2 balls and a strike. He didn't mean to swing a little dribbler to Campaneris. This inning is over. We had a runner at second, nobody out, couldn't score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. This might be a birthday party, but these fans are also unhappy, and they're letting it be known. At the end of 1 inning, California 3, White Sox nothing. Harry Caray back at Comiskey Park when the Angels have gotten away to a 3-0 lead.
Tonight being the 70th anniversary of Comiskey Park, one of our lucky seat prize winners is now being presented with an original brick from Comiskey Park. As you can see right there.
Don't throw it, honey, don't throw it.
The way we're going, you're liable to fall out. And a very special prize, a vacation for a family of 4 at the Pick Americana Dutch Inn Resort near Walt Disney World in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Congratulations to our winners and our thanks to the Pick Americana Dutch Inn Resort.
A ball and a strike on Bert Campaneris, who's hitting 198 with 1 homer, 2 RBI. Pitch a little bit inside.
Other lucky seat prize winners this evening have received a year's free rental on a safety deposit box courtesy of Illinois National Safe Corporation.
Bouncing ball. Nice play by Pryor. Throws him out. Good play.
You know, Harry, when Pryor doesn't catch a ball with his hands in the plays he's been making lately, you know that that ball's hit sharply and he's in shallow. How they could ever give him an error in the first inning, I'll never know.
Deprived Carew of the base hit that he had earned. Good well wishes to Lou Henkin from Rolling Meadows, Illinois, where they're celebrating their 25th anniversary. One strike and nothing. fouled it back. Stan Clyburn, the catcher, hitting .227.
Boy, Baltimore beat Detroit this afternoon, 2-0. Palmer with relief help.
Ball high.
The
Boy,
Yankees.
listen to this paper in Detroit. Last week, Tiger general manager Jim Campbell shut down the Tigers stadium bleachers because rowdies had taken over that section, causing problems. Here's a pitch, struck him out swinging. 2 out. Campbell made a big deal out of the need for law and order and vowed he would keep the bleachers closed as long as possible to solve the problem. Seems incongruous that he would on one hand make a tough stand against lawlessness in the bleachers and then condone it and even be an accomplice to it in the case of one of his players. Campbell thinks things are getting out of hand in the Tiger Stadium bleachers. What would he think if a similar brawl not only cleared the benches but also wound up clearing the bleachers? So they're on Jim Campbell for his two-faced approach to the Al Collins situation. Here's a pitch inside.
I thought the statement by Sparky Anderson on your show when he said, oh, it was just, it had nothing to do with Detroit and the White Sox. It had something to do with Kansas City
and Texas.
Here's
a ground ball hit by Dickie Thon to Crew. He fumbles, throws late, another error.
You know what he's doing, Harry? He got traded from this ball club and he's pressing a little bit.
Close an error for Todd Crew.
We may break the record for most errors in a season. We now have 87, 88. We may get to 100 by the All-Star break.
So 2 men are out, a runner at first, and Rod Carew is the batter.
I don't know how they can blame those errors on us, Coach.
Here's another one. The title is Sparky Too Calm after sneak attack. White Sox broadcaster Harry Carey called it the worst sneak attack since Pearl Harbor. His hometown prejudice aside, Carey was probably correct. The incredible thing about Cowan's cheap shot was the fact that Tiger manager Sparky Anderson took the thing so calmly. Here's a bunt. He's going to beat it out. The throw wild. Here's a runner advancing to third. He's going to try to score. There'll be no play. Holy cow. Kim threw the ball.
Hey, Harry. Boy, we are sneaking up.
Bunt. Now he's got no play at all.
No play. Now all he has to do is hold it. You got to know you can't make a play. Now he throws it down the right field line.
Look where Carew is. 2 steps over the bag.
You know what? I don't think they played this bad in Double-A.
4-0 California. 4 errors already. Should be 5. We're only in the second inning. Don't go away. Here's a pitch, a high pop foul on a play.
You know, Harry, you got to give a lot of praise to guys like Trout, these young pitchers, Wortham. They get out of that mound and watch him now. It's not phasing him. They've been just kicking the ball game away on him, but he just keeps throwing.
Here's Lanford, a solid hit. Here's another runner on third. Here's the throw to the plate. Got a chance. Save. Almost had him. A great throw by Nardhagen.
But a great slide by Carew. Watch the slide. Now watch, this is a good throw, but he takes a lot of time on releasing it. Now watch him slide now. He gets his left foot out there. Now watch him hook away. I can't tell, but it looks like he hooked away from him.
Yeah, but Kim drops the ball. Took second on the throw. 5-0 nothing.
Oh.
There's a shot to center field. Here's another runner trying to score. The throw could get him. He's going to be out. Out at the plate. A perfect throw by Lemon. So it is 2 runs. All after 2 are out. Both runs are unearned. 3 hits. 2 errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. 5-0 California. Here is Wayne Nordhagen to lead it off in the bottom of the second. 5-0 in favor of California.
Well, these umpires and this crew worry more about what's going on near the bullpen or by the dugout. Look at this now. He wants the bat. They're trying to get rid of the bat there.
Maybe that's why the baseball we're seeing is so horribly bad. Maybe it's because the umpires are so terrible.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sidearm curve a little bit low.
I'll tell you what, Harry, we were making simple errors. Nothing on tough plays, simple plays.
Ground ball to the shortstop. He's got it. 1 away. Nordhagen rolls out to Campaneris. 5-0. The Angels are leading. Here's Chet Lemon back in action. He threw out the man trying to score on a base hit to center. Cubs are leading in New York 1-0 in the 4th. I don't know what our great fans in this city have done to deserve all this. They tell me the Cubs were just miserable on the last homestand, and now we come home and we've been playing about as badly as a team can play.
You know, Harry, the fans must know because Lemon is the only one on the balloting around the country and here for a center fielder.
Here's a pitch swung and missed.
There are 16 outfielders voted upon right now, and he is not one among the one of any one of them.
And he's the best thing we got.
Yeah.
2 strikes on the ball. Bouncing ball. Lansford in fair territory. Throws him out. Boy, we have certainly brought the Angels to life. They had lost, I think, 6 in a row before they came into town. 3 straight to us.
Never mind the Angels. There's a guy out there, Harry. Their whole pitching staff, except Clear, does not throw that ball very hard. And here's a guy now throwing an 84 plus, and we're going to have trouble with him now because we got a 5-run lead, and he's as loose as you can get.
He pitched 1 2/3 innings for the Angels in his first start and was knocked out. There's a bouncing ball hit by Morris. A great play by Lansford. He throws him out. Lansford made a leaping catch. Came down and threw him out. We'll watch it going out. 1, 2, 3, nothing across.
What a play. Watch this. Oh, boy.
He looked right into the glove to make sure he had the ball. So at the end of 2, 5-0 California. Harry Caray back at the ballpark where the White Sox are trailing 5-0. We're going to the top of the 3rd.
Borg plays John Alexander in a round-robin match of the $200,000 WCT Invitational Saturday night at 8:30 on TV 44.
There's a title in this column. But Farmer's back was turned. Sparky Anderson didn't say anything about the fact that Farmer had his back turned at the time Cowens chose to go for him. It's possible that Cowens made his move because Farmer's back was turned. Anderson also didn't seem too upset that one of his players chose an extra inning ball game to settle a personal matter. What would have happened if shortstop Cruz had misplayed Cowens' grounder or thrown the ball away? Cowens is the leadoff batter and could have been sitting on second base with a winning run. His lack of concern about Cowens placing a personal problem ahead of team concerns is very disquieting. Boy, they really nail him. Sparky, you know, is a guy who keeps talking about the character you have to have on a winning team. I wonder if that's what he calls winning character. 2 balls and a strike.
Harry, I thought the comment in one of the papers here by one of the umpires, Dave Phillips, when he said, we have those kind of fights all the time. I never saw anybody with their back turned have somebody charge after him.
2 balls and a strike. Joe Rudy, the hitter. Carl Erickson from Flossmoor watching the game.
Harry, would you pass that sandwich over? I got enough sandwiches here for a week.
Jimmy, the way we're playing is driving me to drink. I figure it can drive you to food.
He thinks I'm putting it in Big Alley. Just keep giving them to me. They send him up to you, you give them to me.
I taste them first. I see how bad they are. I send them over to you.
We're losing 5-0. It's all our fault. Come on.
I think this is the time to
kind to some of those players.
Here's the pitch, a strike call. Well, the Yankees were leading the Red Sox, but they've just changed pitchers. Ron Davis has gone in for New York in the 7th. New York was leading 3-0. Rudy hits a bouncing ball.
Oh, nice play.
Play by Pryor on a bad hop. He's out.
Nice play.
Boy, that ball took a bad hop, and Pryor, with quick reflexes, flagged it.
Boy, Pryor really not too happy about the way things are going. Watch the play now. This ball is beat in the dirt. It takes a bad hop as it gets to him now. Watch him play this ball. Well, we couldn't see it, but he makes a fine throw. A great play by Pryor. He shouldn't have had an error in the first inning. Dingy scorekeeper.
1 out, nobody on. Bobby Grich, the batter. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-0. Favor the Angels. White Sox have made 4 errors already. Last night they made 5. That's 9 errors in 11 innings. Here's a pitch, swung, and he missed. Get my 1 for the book out of my briefcase, please, Jake.
You know, Harry, I think we're better. We play better when the field is wet.
Yeah, but that was the excuse earlier by the players.
Oh.
You couldn't play in a terrible field.
Well, I'm just trying to find something. Here you see Wortham warming up. Wortham must be out of rotation again.
Boy, oh boy. He just started Saturday and pitched an outstanding ball game. Here's a pitch foul, out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bobby Grich, the hitter.
Cubs leaving 1-0 over New York in the 5th.
There's a pitch foul, out of play.
Yankees leading Boston 3-0 in the 6th.
That's a pitch I just talked to, a game that I just talked about, though, where the Yankees just changed pitches.
Yeah. Minnesota 1-0 over Kansas City. Boy, Minnesota really walloped Kansas City yesterday. Cleveland, boy, having their troubles with Detroit. It's 5-2 now. Detroit's leading in the 5th.
Here's the pitch. Bobby Grich takes ball 4 outside.
Detroit's now in 3rd place. 7 games over 500. At one time, they were 10 games below 500. The only trouble, the Yankees keep winning. Milwaukee has won 9 out of their last 11.
Are you tired of making a speech?
I don't know. You're looking in the book. I thought I could help you while you're looking in the book. I'll go back to my sandwich.
Looking at the camera. One strike and nothing. Throw to first, the runner back.
Boy, these fans are very patient. Woo. Great fans. Huh.
Pitch a little bit outside.
Well, maybe we'll come back like they did. They were down by 4 last night.
A ball and a strike. One man out, one man on. Bobby Clark, the hitter.
Crowley now warming up.
Here's a pitch by Trout. Fouled off to the left. Atlanta just hit Houston with a 5 spot. Atlanta 7, Houston 2 at the end of 5. St. Louis and Pittsburgh tied up 2-2 in the 9th. He struck him out. Bobby Clark goes down swinging. That's 2 gone. Here's Bert Campaneris.
The Sox mascot tonight is Morgan Finley. Oh, he's a former mascot. Morgan Finley's here.
The most errors in a game by one club was 24. But that was in 1876.
Yeah. They played on pastures.
In 1901 and 1903, the Tigers playing the White Sox made 12. Then 2 years later, the White Sox playing the Tigers made 12.
What's the Major League record for the most in the season?
Let's throw the first. Here's the pitch over the outside corner.
Campaneris, 40 years old. One of the great shortstops in the American League for many years. And a super guy.
There's the pitch fouled off.
Harry, I watched him in 1972, Campaneris. He didn't make an error to the end of August for Oakland. Relays, cutoffs, fly balls down the left field line, big base hits. Woo.
2 strikes and nothing. Way outside. Ed Halicki started against Steve Trout. The pitch to Campaneris. High hopper towards short. Cruz fires in time. No run. No hits. 1 left. No error. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-0 California.
This is Jim Lang, and this is our brand new version of the dating game. Wow. Come on and say hello. I don't want to stop you. Go ahead. That's all right. Don't miss all the fun right here on the dating game.
Watch the dating game weeknights at 5:30 on 44.
Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-0 California.
Wrestling Super Bowl 6 comes to Comiskey Park on the night of Friday, July 18th. That's Wrestling Super Bowl 6. The card will kick off at 8 p.m. and will feature 10 matches with a total of 25 superstars. Climax in a AWA World's title bout between current champion Nick Bockwinkel and former champion Vern Gagne. Tickets are now on sale at Ticketron in Comiskey Park. Do you know, Harry, I used to referee wrestling matches in Cleveland in 1959 when I used to draw 15,000 people.
I used to do it in St. Louis when I used to draw 15,000.
Oh, boy, I want to tell you, you have to be careful who was coming up behind you. Those fans were really, talk about weird.
There's guys like Wild Bill Longson and Lou Thez and Gorgeous George.
Right. But you know, Harry, those guys in those days, I don't know how they are today, were in great shape. I mean, they had their show. It was a show is what it was.
Yeah, still is. It's entertainment. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Pryor trying to get something going. The Stars of Tomorrow tournament in La Crosse, Wisconsin gets underway next week. There's a looping liner behind second going to be caught. Bobby Grich makes a running catch. One away. That'll bring up Todd Crew.
Yes, Harry, I just don't understand why no left-handers. Halicki, who doesn't have very much, he only pitched 11 innings for San Francisco, and the way their record is, they sure need pitching. So somebody knew something about why he couldn't pitch anymore. The National League, they let him out.
Todd Cruz, the batter. First pitch, pops it up. Campaneris is out. Short left field makes the catch.
Boy, 40 years old, like a little kid going back after that ball.
The Illinois Bankers Association, with their Vice President Dallas Him, are here with a group of about 1,000 bankers tonight. Here's Molinaro. Want to say hello to Betty Bradley down in Decatur with her sister Peggy Skeffington gone. Peggy's brothers, Bob and Jerry Skeffington, are well-known beer distributors down in Decatur. 2 men are out. All game in the third. And a cut.
Boston's come up with a couple of runs. 3-2 in the seventh. Yankees leading.
2 strikes and a ball. Foul ball back. Out of play. Red Sox got 2 runs in the 6th. Trail the Yankees 3-2.
Well, we got to get going. We don't score this many runs. Most of our games were won by 3-1, 4-2.
There's a sweeping curveball inside. 2 men around, nobody on. That is kind of strange. So many right-hand hitters in the lineup.
Esposito made a couple errors last night. Foley made 2 errors. Might have got him out of there.
There's a looping liner right to the second baseman. Bobby Grich takes care of Molinaro's line drive. 1-2-3, nothing across. Since Molinaro's leadoff hit, Halicki has retired 9 men in a row. This is Harry Carey with Jimmy Pearsall. We're going to move over to the radio for a while. The score here at the end of 3. California 5, the White Sox nothing.
Holy cow, get your hands on a White Sox Plumpers hot dog. They deserve to be on your roster of good eating. Sox Plumpers really give you a great run for your money. So tender, so juicy, so delicious. Come on, fans. Game time or any time, enjoy the hot dog with the Chicago White Sox name on the package. Regular our beef, White Sox Plumpers by Dubuque. Holy cow, you'll love them.
The best in sports, the most in sports. WSNS TV 44, Chicago.
Hello again, everyone. Joe McConnell speaking to you from Comiskey Park on the 70th anniversary of this grand old ball yard. But unfortunately, the White Sox, the current tenants here, aren't up to the occasion. As you can see by the score, 5-0, the Angels lead it, and 4 of those 5 runs unearned on 4 errors in the first 2 innings. The Sox now have committed 89 errors. Mar Foley is now going to catch. Bruce Kim apparently got jolted when he tried to tag Rod Carew out in the first inning. Kim was guilty of 2 of those 4 errors. Leading it off for the Angels will be their catcher, Stan Clyburn, who struck out his first time up against Steve Trout tonight, and he looks at a strike 0-1. The radio side, we were talking about the All-Star balloting. I believe the fans should participate, but I also believe it should be controlled. Bouncing ball to Pryor, deep at third. Long throw, and there's one out. Never a market the size of New York can put Bucky Dent as a starting shortstop ahead of 3 shortstops that are having career seasons with the bat and the glove, like Yount, Trammell, and Burleson. There's something wrong in the system. And Dave Kingman, of course, and I have no personal animosities against Kingman at all, but he deserves a start in the National League outfield about as much as I do. Phan takes a pitch inside a ball. He has singled and reached on an error and scored twice. And the ball he hit to Cruz to lead off the ball game probably should have been scored as an error. Low, ball 2. Ed Farmer made it. Britt Burns didn't. As far as the American League All-Star team is concerned, Farmer will undoubtedly be the only White Sox representative at Dodger Stadium next Tuesday night. Ball 3 and no strikes to Phan. That fastball missed inside. Steve has walked 2 and struck out 2. Given up 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned. He walked him. So Phan has been on base all 3 times, a variety of ways. An infield hit, an error, and now a walk. Here's Carew, who reached on Pryor's error, and that was a tough play for Greg to make because he was pulled in expecting to punt, and Carew hit one, a bullet, ankle high, that Greg stripped the glove out, tipped it with his glove. It jumped up in the air, and when he turned around, he couldn't find it. Landed at his feet. That was an error. And Carew bunted a perfect ball down the third base line for a hit, and Kim threw it into right field the second time up. A couple of tosses to first, where Lamar Johnson is holding Phan close to the bag. Carew again bunting, foul. For that base hit, the bunt single in the second inning, Carew now has 93 hits for the year, which ranks 3rd in the league. His .346 average coming into play tonight ranks 2nd behind the injured Paul Molitor for the Brewers, who was hitting .358 before he went on the disabled list. Bouncing ball to second. That should be 2. Morrison to Cruz for 1. The first double play. The inning is over, and for the White Sox, their 74th double play of the year. Short to second, or second to short to first. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, nobody left. Morrison to Cruz to Johnson. And after 3.5 here at Comiskey Park, there's the score. The Angels 5, the White Sox 1.
In the center field.
Another Lucky Seat prize winner tonight is just now receiving their prize, and our winner has just received a money bag full of Susan B. Anthony silver dollars, courtesy of the Illinois Bankers Association, who are helping the celebration tonight, the 70th anniversary of Comiskey Park, on the 2nd annual Illinois Bankers Night. Congratulations to our winners, and our thanks to the Illinois Bankers Association. Well, Foley will lead off the inning. He just came in to catch for Bruce Kim. Kim bounced out to short his first time up, and only time up. Marv Foley on the year hitting .188, 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Foley will be followed by Baines and Johnson. Outside with a breaking ball. Ed Halicki, 6'7". Loves to come sidearm a lot. Won 52 games and lost 65 in his National League career, and pitched a no-hitter against the Mets on August 24th, 1975. Ball 2 to Foley, leading off the 4th for the White Sox. Let's get a big inning here. In completing 3 innings, Halicki is only the 4th starter in the last 9 ball games for Jim Fragosi's Angels to last more than 3 innings. Ball 3, breaking ball on inside. Halicki was born just outside of Newark, New Jersey. Now makes his home in Half Moon Bay, California, 29 years of age. There's a strike. That slider. His best year was in 1977 when he won 16 and lost 12 for the Giants. He won 12 and lost 14 in 76. And the year he pitched a no-hitter, he was 9-13. Last year, he slipped to 5-8 and had no decision with the Giants in 10 appearances this year with a high earned run average before The Angels picked him up. Strike two. Just caught the outside corner, and the count is full now to Foley, 3-2. Marvis leading off the fourth inning for the White Sox. Pops and foul, and it's going to be out of play. Landing on the roof here. Still 3-2 to Foley. Batting for the first time tonight. Kim started, shaken up a bit in a home plate collision with Rod Carew. Bruce also had a pair of errors tonight. 2 of the 4 committed by the White Sox, who now have committed 13 errors in the last 2 ball games plus this one tonight here at home. Ball 4 upstairs. He just missed the strike zone. First walk. Halicki retired 9 in a row. That's the second base runner for the Sox tonight. Molinaro led off the game with a single, and then Halicki went through the entire order. Foley with a leadoff walk. Here's Harold Baines, who was robbed of a hit and a run batted in by Carew. Made a diving stop of his smash, headed for right. Carew scrambled up and threw to Halicki to get Baines at first. He rips one down the right field line. Fair ball into the corner. Foley around second on his way to third. They're waving him in. Here he comes. Baines to third. The relay will not be in time. A triple, and it's 5-1. Harold Baines, third triple of the year, his 21st run batted in. Boy, did he tomahawk that ball. Whack. Boy, that was a bullet down the right field line. Foley was coming all the way. So now the White Sox trying to get back in this one. Still nobody out. Let's jump on this guy. Oh, the second hit off Halicki. Here's Lamar Johnson, who bounced the short his first time up. Some of the Boo Birds are on Lamar tonight. Big guy's got 6 hits in the last 3 games coming in here tonight. Bouncing ball to short. They're going to try to score the run. They'll give it to him. Throw to first. Campaneris throws out Johnson, but Baines scores. It's 5-2, and Lamar gets his 39th run batted in. 1 out. So they conceded the run. Now look at the Sox dugout. Here's Nordhagen. Nordy bounced to short, leading off the second. A walk and a triple and an RBI ground ball here, and the Sox have scored 2. The fourth, a ball to Nordhagen. There's a drive to left, but it's right at Rudy, who comes in and makes the catch just below the belt on that sinking line drive. Nordy really ripped that one, but he hit it right at Rudy at left. 2 down. Halicki beginning to flatten out a bit with that breaking ball, and the Sox are beginning to take picks on him. Now here's Juice, Chet Lemon. Chet bounced to third his first time up. Slider strike at the knees, outside corner. Good pitch down and away. Drive to left field, but it's not hit that far. Rudy over near the line makes the catch, and the side is gone, but the White Sox strike back in their half of the 4th inning. 2 runs on 1 hit. The big blow at 2 runs. 1-run triple by Baines, who then scored on an infield out. Nobody left. After 4 innings completed at Comiskey Park, the Angels 5, the White Sox 2. Well, here we go to the 5th inning. Lansford, Baylor, and Rudy to bat for the Angels against Steve Trout. 5-2, the Angels leading it. Lansford has singled twice and driven in a couple tonight. He now has 40 runs batted in on the year. Pop foul out of play. 0-1. Baumgarten will pitch for the White Sox. Low ball, 1-1. Ross will either go against Frank Tanana or Andy Hassler. We saw Hassler relief last night, so it looks like Tanana is going to get the start tomorrow. Wortham will close out this series on Thursday night, and all probability gets the right-hander Dave LeManche. Foul ball down the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Carney Lansford. Britt Burns will pitch the opener of the weekend series here Friday afternoon against Oakland. The ball inside, 2-2. Tried to jam him with that pitch, but Lansford laid off of it. Steve has walked 3 and struck out 2 so far tonight. Rip foul down the left field side into the lower deck. Still 2-2. Well, the Tigers are rolling again tonight, 7-2 in the top of the 6th inning at Detroit. The Tigers over the Cleveland Indians. Ground ball. Headed up the middle and past the diving Todd Cruz, and Lansford is 3 for 3. Oh, he hasn't hit a ball really hard tonight, but he's hit everything right where they aren't. The roller he had in the first inning was just a dribbler between Cruz and Pryor. So that's the 6th hit for the Angels. The Sox have 2. Here's Baylor. He got an RBI and a ground ball out, then single to center. Bouncing ball to Cruz, short hops it to Morrison for 1, 2, a double play. The second one in as many innings, and the Sox have just turned their 75th double play of the year. Short to second to first, and that was a tough play. Cruz had to charge that ball and scoop it up on a quick short hop. Then he had to turn all the way around and get an accurate throw to Morrison at second. That was the tough out there. The relay at first was just a matter of getting the ball over there. Here's Joe Rudy. RBI ground ball out in the first inning to second. Bounced to third the last time up. The Angel dugout. Larry Sherry, number 51, the pitching coach. Almost hit him inside, ball 1. So here in the middle innings, Trout has helped out with the defense. The same defense that betrayed him in the first 2 innings. Swinging strike, 1-1. Billy Martin's Oakland A's will make their first appearance of the year here on Friday afternoon. A 4-game weekend series, all of them day games, Friday, Saturday, 2 here on Sunday. The big fireworks display, of course, will be here Thursday night, the wrap-up of the 8th. Inside a ball, 2-1. There'll be something going on every day here this weekend in celebration of the nation's birthday. Two and 1 to Rudy. Fastball popped into right. Morrison going out. Baines coming in. Harold calls for it. Takes it to shallow right, and the Angels are gone in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit. A nifty double play, and nobody left. Well, we reached the halfway point here. After 4 1/2 at Comiskey Park on the 70th birthday of the ball yard. The Angels 5, the White Sox 2.
Hey, Sox fans. You can purchase tickets for exciting White Sox baseball at the following ticket locations. Downtown at Home and Auto Insurance. South at Thornridge State Bank, the Beverly Bank, Heritage Pullman Bank, and Steel City National Bank. Southwest at Orland State Bank. West at Hinsdale Federal Savings and Loan and at the Bank of Westmont. In Toluca at Citizens National Bank, and in Morris, Illinois at the First National Bank of Morris. It's a whole new ballgame at Comiskey Park.
In the bottom of the 5th inning, the White Sox will send to the bottom third of the order. Jimmy Morrison, Greg Pryor, and Todd Cruz to face Ed Halicki. Still working with a 3-run lead, although the Sox nicked him for a pair in the 4th. Hello there. Some of the many fans here having some fun at the old ballpark tonight. Hi, Mom. Jimmy bounced to third his first time up tonight. Blowing away a ball. Morrison still leads the American League in doubles with 25. Yount is second with 22, and Carew has 21. There's a drive to left field. Stay fair, baby. Hooking foul into the lower deck. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jimmy's hit 6 out this year, and he has at least 7 or 8 that he hit out foul. He's got a very quick bat. Just inside. Boy, that pitch looked good from here, but Don Denkinger, the crew chief behind home plate, said it's inside. Ball 2 and strike 1. I think Halicki wanted that call. Ball 3 inside to the slider. Don't forget to watch the Save 2 teams tomorrow night. Harry will have his pregame interview at 7:15, followed by the game at 7:30 here on TV 44, and also on Sports Spotlight at 7 o'clock. Joe Goddard, the Sun-Times sports columnist covering the Sox the first half of the year, will be talking with Jim Durham. Fouled off, 3-2. Full count to Jimmy Morrison, leading off the Sox 5th. 5-2, California. Popped in there. Lansford calling for it. Foul territory, and he makes the catch. 1 out. Here's Greg Pryor, who popped up to Gritch. He went out into shallow center behind the second base bag to put Greg out in the third inning. Ball 1. Yankees still hanging on to a 1-run lead at Fenway. 3-2. The Red Sox batting in the bottom of the 8th. Strike at the knees, inside corner. The Twins still lead the Royals 1-0 in the top of the 6th at Kansas City. The A's lead the Milwaukee Brewers 2-1 up at County Stadium in Milwaukee. The Brewers batting in the bottom of the 4th. It's McCaddy pitching for Oakland tonight against Moose Haas of the Brewers. Smash up the middle, pass Gritch in the center field, a hit. That ball was hard hit. Take another look at that. Looked like 2 Angels had a shot at touching that ball. I don't know if either one of them got it. Well, I couldn't tell whether Halicki tipped it or not, and Gritch reached for it and just missed it. So that's the 3rd Sox hit of the ball game. Pryor's on base now with 1 out. Here's Todd Cruz, who popped up to the shortstop Campaneris in shallow left his first time up. Bouncing ball to third. Lansford backing up for it. Goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. A 5-4 force for Cruz. He's on at first now with 2 out. And Bobby Molinaro, who is singled and lined to second. Well, the Pirates got a run in the 10th inning to beat the St. Louis Cardinals 3-2. Grant Jackson in relief got the win over 41-year-old veteran Jim Cott, who pitched all the way for the Cardinals tonight. Mike Easler, the hitman, drove in the winning run for the defending world champion Pittsburgh Pirates. 3-2, Pittsburgh over St. Louis in 10. The Mets lead the Cubs in the top of the 7th at Shea Stadium 3-1. Atlanta butchering Houston tonight. 13-2, the Braves lead it in the top of the 7th at Atlanta. San Diego at Los Angeles, Cincinnati at San Francisco later on tonight in the National League. high fly ball to right, but not deeply hit. In fact, Gritch is going to take it near the line in foul territory, and the side is gone. No runs, one hit, one left. We've completed 5. The score, the Angels 5, the White Sox 2.
Today's your brute day.
Today you've got a running start. You're a man who feels the part.
It's your lucky brute day today.
All the signs look good today, and everything seems to go your way.
Today's your brute day.
You can feel your luck running hot.
Today's your brute day.
With Brute, you'll give it your best shot.
Today's your brute day. It's your lucky brute day.
Make every day your Brute day with Brute by Fabergé.
Today.
The White Sox will celebrate the 4th of July with a special fireworks show on July 3rd following the Sox-California game. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe McConnell, inviting you to join the White Sox in their July 4th celebration. We'll light up the sky with fireworks and fun on Thursday night, July 3rd, and then you'll want to be on hand as the Sox take on the Oakland A's Friday, July 4th in an afternoon game beginning at 1:15. Get your tickets for the special fireworks show on July 3rd and for the afternoon game with Oakland here on July 4th. Tickets are on sale at the Comiskey Park box office, Sox ticket outlets, and Ticketron. There's a look at the board as we go to the top of the 6th. Trout will face Gritch, Clark, and Campaneris for the Angels. 4 of the 5 California runs unearned. They all scoring in the first 2 innings. The White Sox got their 2 in the 4th off big right-hander Ed Halicki. Here on birthday night at Comiskey Park. Well, 70 years ago, the Sox didn't fare much better in the opening game here on the 1st of July, 1910. The St. Louis Browns won it 2-0. Here's Gritch, who's walked both times. He's faced Trout inside and low, ball 1. A 2-run homer by Lee Mazzilli, his 3rd of the year. He's given the Mets a 3-1 lead in the 7th at Shea Stadium. Denny Lapp started for the Cubs. Inside, ball 2 now to Bobby Gritch. Fly ball to right. Harold Baines flags it down for the first out. Now Bobby Clark, who's bounced into a forced play and struck out. 0 for 2. Tigers had the best month of any team in the American League in June, the best record. They won 19 and lost 6 in June, a 9-game winning streak. And, of course, 6 of those 19 wins without a loss against our White Sox for Detroit. The Yankees were 19 and 9. The Royals were the only ball club in the Western Division to finish above 500 for the month of June. There's a strike, 1-1 to Clark. The White Sox were 11 and 14, 4th best in the Western Division. The Twins finished 500. 13 and 13. Foul ball into the far end of the Sox dugout and into the lower seats. I guess it jumped over that dugout. There's Rich Dotson down there with Tex Wortham and Ross Baumgarten. 2-2 now to Bobby Clark. The Twins could jump 2 notches if things worked out for them right tonight. If they hang on to beat the Royals, they're only a half game behind Seattle and Oakland. Popped up. Who wants it? Lamar or Morrison? Lamar takes it. Clark pops out to Lamar Johnson, 2 down. Trout has really pitched a pretty good ball game. Here's Campaneris, who has bounced out to 3rd and to short in his 2 trips. His first 2 times at bat against the Sox this year. He was a last-minute replacement for the regular shortstop, Freddie Patek, who complained of a stiff neck tonight. Campy, 38 years old. Fastball high, ball 1. And now in the bottom of the 9th at Boston, the Yankees leading the Red Sox 3-2. Ball 2. The Texas Rangers, only a half game behind the Sox, are at Seattle tonight. They won big at Seattle last night. Drive to center. And it's Morrison taking it. The edge of the outfield grass as the ball died. A little soft pop-up and 3 up and 3 down for the Angels in the 6th. So Well, Steve Trout has settled down despite all the early inning adversities. And after 5.5, there's the score. The Angels 5, the White Sox 2. Hello, everybody. This is Joe McConnell along with Ted Albrecht, this thin, trim-looking young man sitting next to me. And we're going to talk a little bit about Chicago Bears Home Run Derby here on the 10th of July. I understand you're looking forward to it.
We sure are up at Lake Forest. Everybody's talking pretty keen about the old hit-a-thon contest. And it's going to be a great day like last year. We had a tremendous outing. We had 17 guys here. And this year we're going to have another 22, so it should be real good.
Did anybody hit one out last year?
No, we didn't. We didn't have anybody hit one out. However, Dennis Lick won it on 4 almost foul balls, but barely fair balls right over the right field, the infield, for 6 points to win it. And Virgil Ivers missed out on a foul tip.
Are you telling me that the longest ball one of the Bears hit last year made it just out of the infield?
Barely, maybe a foul tip.
You guys better stick to that fatter ball with the odd shape.
We had a good time, though, and John Stewart of Home and Auto Insurance is doing the whole thing, and it's always a joy to be out here. Eating hot dogs and you know what else.
Hey, stick around and we'll do this inning.
Okay.
Okay, Marv Foley, who walked and scored the first run of the ball game for the White Sox, leading it off here with ball 1. Ted Albrecht, the starting offensive tackle for the Bears, our guest here tonight. Smash foul, 1-1 to count. What's the matter with you guys? You can't hit a ball any farther than that. Who did the pitching last year?
Well, I tell you, they had who did the pitching last year? It was one of the pitching coaches, and it was just...
Did Schuler serve up the ball?
It was Rosenbaum or somebody.
Oh, Glenn Rosenbaum.
Rosie. But we had a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. That's on the 10th of July. If you want to see the Bears come out and try to get one out of here. There's a strike, 1-2 to Foley. Well, I got to believe that somebody's going to hit a ball a lot farther than that this year.
Well, I tell you what, last year Doug Buffon spent 300 balls in one day trying to hit a ball out of a screen in Rand Road in Mount Prospect, and is trying to come back to do it again. And I tell you, he came here last year with blisters on his hands. So
ball 2 and strike 2 to Foley, leading it off. He'll be followed by Baines and Johnson. Now, this is the way the inning led off in the 4th when the White Sox got to Alecki for both of their runs. Vargas led off with a walk, and then Baines tomahawked one into the right field corner for a triple. He came on to score. Sox need a rally. Popped up. Foul territory. Cliver coming back. Almost overran the ball and reached back to glove it for the out.
You know,
your
Joe,
first ball game this year, Ted?
No, this is my 3rd here at Comiskey Park, and I tell you, it's a lot better than going to those Cub games. But
oh, you better watch that.
I know. I like the Cubs. You know, I'm sort of a Harry Carey fan. I hope you don't take that down to the heart. But Harry Carey was
who?
Harry was in Oakland when I was in Oakland, going to the University of California, Berkeley, and it's nice to see Harry and you guys doing such a good job out here. It's really a lot of vivaciousness in your blood, I tell you.
Typical PR guy.
Yeah.
Baines rips one to deep center. Long run. Mark back. He'll make the catch. Oh, he was 420 feet from home plate, as Harold Baines seems to be the only guy in this ball club that's been able to solve Halicki tonight. He has hit the ball hard 3 times and has only 1 hit to show for it. He hit that one a long way. Had he pulled it, we'd had another run. So there are 2 out. Here's Lamar Johnson, who's got an RBI and 2 ground balls to the shortstop. So the Sox ball club is a hard one to figure, Ted. They play excellent ball on the road, and they come back here, and everything goes sour for them.
Yeah, I noticed they won 5 out of 6 of their road games this last week, and they came back here against the Angels, who are the worst record in the major league. So it's kind of confusing.
Swinging strike to Lamar on an off-speed breaking ball. Well,
you know, it's about time I think this Angels team kind of get on the ball, because they got enough players out there to really have the potential to play well.
They've had a lot of injuries, and their pitching has been a real problem. A ball low, 1-1. Well, let's talk just a bit about the Bears. You got an awful tough schedule coming up this year. We got to play the AFC Central.
Well, Joe, as you know, if you want to be in the Super Bowl in late January, you got to play the tough people to prove yourself.
Popped up. That should do it. Who wants it? Peru calling for it. And he takes it, and the Sox are gone quickly and quietly. 1, 2, 3 in their half of the 6th inning. Oh, thanks to Ted Albrecht, offensive tackle for the Chicago Bears. You can see Ted and other members of the Bears out here on the 10th of July on their home run derby. Harry will be back to take it the rest of the way in the 7th inning. There's the score, 5-2 Angels after 6.
This is WSNS TV 44 Chicago.
Harry Carey back in the ballpark. Got a hold of him. Ed Saltiel is in the audience here tonight. He was on hand when this ballpark was first opened up 70 years ago. So is Tommy Mee, who played in that ball game when the White Sox played the St. Louis Browns. Pirates edged the Cardinals 3-2 tonight. Line 11 with help from Jackson. Out pitching Jim Cott. Cott at age 42, still pitching well. Lenny Randall just hit a 3-run homer for the Cubs to give them a 4-3 lead at Shea Stadium. Came in a 7th. Leading it off, Stan Clyburn, the catcher. Ball and a strike. Bouncing ball foul. Our good friend Mort Cohen of Douglas Furniture watching the ball game here tonight. So is Jim Perman from Bootleggers on West 95th Street in Oak Lawn. Clyburn fouls the pitch back. Clyburn's nothing out of 2. All game in the 7th. Hey, struck him out swinging. Went away. Boy, but for that horrible support in the first 2 innings, Trout has pitched very well. One man out. Here's Dickie Thon. They're here from the St. Damian's Men's Club in Oak Forest. The Hedgewish Radio Patrol Group is here. There's a ground ball hit to Morse. He's got it. Over the first in time. Boy, it would be heartbreak alley to lose this ball game on basis of what happened the first 2 innings. Toulouse, Sweetwater, Brandy's, Huckleberries, exotic names for exciting places, and just a few of the famous restaurants who are sponsoring couples in the Spirit of 80 Marathon Festival, a spectacular fundraising event for retarded children to be held July the 26th, 27th, and 28th at Faces on Rush Street. Perot tried to bunt and he missed. Birthday greetings to Dominic Sinise, 39, again today. Perot struck out swinging. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The score is still California 5, the White Sox 2. All right. Let me hear you. Everybody. Okay, Nancy. Okay. And Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Oh, it's root, root, root for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey!
Chuck Bryce, I'd like to invite you and the entire family to join us every weeknight on The Gong Show. It's solid entertainment with just a smidgen of oregano thrown in for flavor.
Weeknights at 5.
Harry Carey back in the ballpark, and everybody having a marvelous time here. The only thing wrong is the score. Now let's see if we can do something about that. California leading 5-2. This crowd in a wonderful, a happy, festive mood. Oh, to reward them with a come-from-behind victory. Would that ever be sweet? Here's Halicki's pitch to Nordhagen. Smash, one hop. Campaneris has it and throws in time for the out. That cooled the ardor of the crowd considerably, that first out. Lenny Randall's homer with 2 on has given the Cubs a 4-3 lead at Shea Stadium in New York. Atlanta murdering Houston 13-2. Pittsburgh edged the Cardinals 3-2. Here's Lemon. The pitch is in there, a strike call. Yankees nipped the Red Sox 3-2. Baltimore shut out Toronto 2-0. Minnesota's tied at Kansas City 1-1 in the 7th. Lemon had a cut and he missed. Oakland leads in Milwaukee 2-1 in the 5th. Detroit trying to make it 11 out of the last 12, leads Cleveland 7-2 in the 6th. Those are all the other scores. Sidearm curveball. You can tell how tough this guy is, a right-handed batter. He comes by way of third base. There's a line drive, base hit. Lemon's going to go for 2. He'll make it easily. A double to left. That'll bring up Morrison. Let's watch the replay. It looked like he hit something hanging inside. Hit that ball hard all the way to the wall. Ed Farmer has been named to the American League. It's expected that he'll be named to the American League All-Star team. The announcements will be made tomorrow, but Dave LaRoche, left-hander, warming up in the bullpen. Robin Yount has hit 2 home runs for Milwaukee. He's just tied up the ball game against Oakland. Bo Diaz just hit a grand slam for Cleveland. Here now is Morrison. Let's pick up that run. Only 1 out. The crowd alive, the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Morrison really bailing out on that pitch. He's back on his heel. Bo Diaz, the catcher of the Indians, just hit a grand slam at Detroit. Morrison's nothing out of 2 so far. Wide breaking curveball outside. Tomorrow night will be teen night. All teenagers admitted for half price. Almost hit him inside. Ball 2. The freewheeling rock band will provide the entertainment tomorrow night. And Thursday night will be the big fireworks show and posters night. Again, he pulls a foul, which is about the only place you can hit that ball where he stands. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5-2 California. Robin Yount's second home run of the night has tied up the ballgame for Milwaukee with Oakland 2-2. Lemon a lead. Ball 3. Boy, we need to take a base on balls here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There you see Jim Fregosi, the manager of the Angels. 3-2 pitch. Easy bouncing ball to the third baseman. There's the peg. Lemon had a hole. Morrison is an easy out. Pryor being called back, and Bosley's going to hit for him. Bosley batting for Pryor. Boy, there's a loud firecracker. Detroit leading Cleveland 7-6 now, going into the bottom of the 6th. Philadelphia and Montreal, they're tied up 3-3 going into the top of the 11th. Bosley hitting .225. .225 with 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. Bosley. A lot of bankers on hand here tonight. It's bankers night. The ball gets away. Lemon will go to third. Probably a wild pitch. Let's see on the replay if it hit the ground. If it hit the ground, it'll be a wild pitch. If it didn't, it'll be a pass ball. Pass ball, it looks like. Nope, wild pitch. Bosley now, anything would pick up a run. The pitch. High, ball 2. The White Sox totals read 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. 9 errors in the last 2 days. Whoa, 3 outside. Todd Cruz due next. White Sox have 1 left-handed batter left on the bench. Squires. Three balls, no strikes. Ball 4. Almost hit him. Now the tying run comes to the plate in the person of Todd Cruz. Let's get a look at the honorary bat boy. John and Florence Tooney celebrating their 40th winning anniversary. You had a good look at the bat boy. Here's Ron Carew coming in to talk to Ed Halicki. The catcher, Stan Clyburn, joins the huddle. What they're doing here is stalling a little bit to give Roach a chance to get ready. Adam Gardner is the honorary bat boy tonight. The U.S. Attorney's Office group from Hammond, Indiana here tonight. And a busload of people from The South Side are on hand. There's a fake to third, hoping to throw to first. John Extras celebrating his 48th birthday today. The South Barrington Park District representative. Swung and a miss. Jim Murray and T.C. Griffith. Well, they're from Griffith, Indiana. Send a birthday card for somebody. Matlack for Texas. Bannister for Seattle tonight. Todd Cruz waiting. Swings and he misses a curveball. 2 strikes and nothing. The runner at first is Bosley. 2 strikes and nothing to count. Malicki's been tough on the right-hand hitter. Cruz popped up and grounded out. The pitch, that goes around on first. He struck him out swinging. Cruz goes down swinging. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 7, it remains California 5, the White Sox 2.
It's W-Rock, it's the new rock station, and it's rocking Chicago to its very foundation with the perfect blend of the current hits. The old and the gold, it never quits. On FM stereo 95, it's W-Rock, and it's rock come alive. Chicago's hits on 95. Listen to the rock.
W-Rock.
WRCK FM 95.
Harry Caray back in the ballpark along with Jimmy Piersall as we go into the top of the 8th. There are several special birthday party lucky seat prizes being given away this evening. Right now, a lucky seat prize winner has just won an original box seat from Comiskey Park. There's George Koch making the presentation. Other lucky seat prizes tonight include the original Comiskey Park bricks and prizes provided by the Illinois Bankers Association. Congratulations to all our lucky seat prize winners.
Boy, Trout has done well since the 2nd inning. He has shut him out.
Here's Lance Thurton, the pitch is outside.
To the 7th, he shouldn't have given up a run all night. I think I've said that all year in certain games.
1 ball, no strikes. There's a pitch foul outside 3rd. Cubs are leading going into the 8th in New York, 4-3 on Lenny Randall's 3-run homer.
Alfredo Martinez is warming up in the bullpen, a right-hander.
Here's the pitch to Lansford, a bouncing ball hit to Cruz. He's got it. Throws the first for the out.
I'm wondering about that pinch hit. Pryor gets a base hit up the middle the time before. He singled, he'll drive the shortstop, and then all of a sudden you find a pinch hitter up there when you haven't got many left-handers. I'll just save them until I really need them. Now you haven't got one.
Got Squires, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it, but I mean when you...
Minnesota tied at Kansas City 1-1 at the end of 7. There's Baylor taking a pitch low. Robin Yount has hit 2 homers, counting for both of Milwaukee's runs. They're tied with Oakland 2-2. Baylor hits a bouncing ball to Cruz. Big hop. He's got it and throws for the out. 2 up, 2 down.
Boy, Trout just making it look easy. Got to get him some runs. I don't know how, but we should try. Maybe if they took a lucky out, we could get some.
2 men are out. Joe Rudy, the hitter. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th, we'll have the top of the batting order, starting with Molinaro. Tigers are leading Cleveland 7-6 now. There's a long drive. If it stays fair, it's gone. Foul ball.
Joe Rudy, slim-looking guy, but he weightlifts all the time. Boy, his arms are just as strong as you would want yourself to be. Take a look at him. Now watch this swing. Quick hands now. It's a low ball. He likes that low ball. Good follow through, but it hooks foul. Thank you.
Look how far back he stands.
Yep.
Now the pitch, here it is. Wouldn't it help Morrison to move back a little bit because he hit so many balls foul?
Well, I'd like to see him move off the plate. Maybe, I don't care. I think he stands quite a bit back, but off the plate.
A ball and a strike. Ball game in the 8th, 5-2 California. Oh, he had a weak swing that time, and he fouled it off.
His ball is alive. He's throwing nothing but hard sinkers in and out. His rhythm is perfect.
Now the signal. Kevin Bell playing third base. 2 men out, nobody on the pit. He struck him out swinging. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. They're going to the bottom of the 8th. California leads 5-2.
Dave LaRoche is the new pitcher. LaRoche has a record of 1-2. He's got 3 saves.
Junior Moore pinch hitting. High. You know, I think a manager always takes a gamble when he's got a pitcher working effectively and just starts a new inning with a fresh pitcher. You never know. Sometimes the pitcher you bring in doesn't have it. Now the pitch to Junior Moore. Inside, ball 2.
Well, they don't throw very hard, their pitchers, do they? They come in there with a lot of this and a lot of that, and a little turn it over.
Dave LaRoche.
Whatever happened to when you had to throw it hard to be in the big leagues? But you ever notice their ERAs and how they pitch? They don't pitch many innings.
High, ball 3. Come on, let's get on there any old way. 3 balls, no strikes.
Roach is 32 years old, 6'2", 195 pounds. He's been around.
Junior Moore hitting .258. Takes the strike call. Fastball down the middle.
He's been in the big leagues 8 years, 5 years with California. He's won 32 and lost 27 for him.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4. There's a good beginning in the 8th. Junior Moore walks. Mark Clear is up in the bullpen along with Andy Hassler. Now Pruitt is going to pinch hit. Pruitt is going to bat for Foley. So the White Sox go to the right-handed hitters on the bench with the advent of Dave LaRoche, a left-hander. Pruitt, who's had 1 hit as a member of the White Sox, and 6 times at bat.
They're warming up Hassler, who did a good job last night, along with Clear.
Junior Moore, who just drew a walk. Here's the pitch. Low and inside. LaRoche having trouble with his control. 1 ball, no strikes.
Fregosi really walking up and down that dugout right now. He doesn't like what he sees. He is not throwing good.
Veteran Dave LaRoche, 32 years old. Last year he won 7, lost 11 for the Angels with a high earned run average. This is 10th year in the big league. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle of fastball. That evens it up, a ball and a strike.
Fregosi, Harry, is probably one of the youngest managers I bet baseball's ever had. Last year he was 36, now he's 37.
A ball and a strike. Tony La Russa is the youngest now. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2. Tony will be 36 in October.
See where they fired Pete Ward down in Iowa.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch swung on a high drive. Way back. Deep left field. Might be out of here. Near the wall. Caught by Rudy. Right up against the wall. Holy cow. Pruitt came within 1 more biscuit this morning for breakfast of hitting a home run.
Watch this now. Rudy's playing over in left center. This ball is hit high. Watch the old guy come. Watch him come for this ball now. He goes right to the wall in the corner. Along the wall now. He knows right where he is. He reaches back now and catches this ball. That's how you play the outfield.
So there's 1 away. Pruitt gave LaRoche a scare. Here's Maine. The people in the picnic area in left field had a good look of Rudy. Of his back, that is.
Boy, somebody's going to get hurt with those fireworks. He's
Ah, the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Might be a double play out at second. Out at first. Baines rolls into a double play. 6-4-3. Harold on the first pitch against the left-hander LaRoche. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 8, California 5, the White Sox 2. Harry Caray back in the ballpark. The White Sox just checking something here. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, in the last 10 games, the White Sox have made 23 errors in their last 10 games. '25 in their last 11. There is Bobby Grich to lead it off. We go into the top of the 9th. Atlanta beat Houston 13-4. There's a drive foul. Minnesota batting in the 9th at Kansas City, tied up 1-1. Cubs are leading in the 9th at New York, 4-3. There's a line drive fouled on the right field line. Two strikes on the ball. Bobby Grich waiting. That evens it up 2-2. Tomorrow night is tea night. Thursday night, a big fireworks show and poster night. Grich fouled it back. Cubs are within an inning of beating the Mets. They're ahead 4-3 in the 9th. Milwaukee's taken the lead 3-2 over Oakland. Ground ball to Cruz. He's got it and fires in time. 1 out. There's Bobby Clark, the center fielder. There's a long drive, deep center field. Lemon on the run, on the run, on the run, on the run. And he makes a sensational catch. Holy cow, what a play. Let's watch this again. Bobby Clark hits a deep center. Look at Lemon running. He's at the warning track now. Has to reach behind him. Great play. In the last 11 games, the White Sox have committed 8 errors. They now have 89 for the season in 73 games. A lot of errors. Campaneris, the batter. Trout has allowed 1 hit in the last 7 innings. Boy, what a tough ball game to lose. It all happened in the first and second innings. Bouncing ball. Bell coming in fast. Fires for the out. Over the last 7 innings, Trout's allowed 1 hit and no run. Yet he's losing 5-2. Nothing across. We go into the bottom of the 9th, and we need a rally. The score: Angels 5, White Sox 2. Harry Caray back at the ballpark. Lamar Johnson, who's 0 for 3. Of the 5 runs scored by California, 4 have been unearned. Mark Clear, who won the ball game last night, is the new pitcher, a right-hander. Fastball a little bit outside. Trout ought to sue his mates for non-support. Only 1 of the 5 runs has been earned. 2 unearned runs in the first inning as a result of 2 errors. 2 more unearned runs in the second inning as a result of 2 errors. 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3. 17,115 paid. Crowd looks bigger than that. With 3-1, Lamar swung at a bad ball. The count is full. He struck him out. That ball looked bad. Let's get another look if we can. Mark Clear, watch his pitch. See where it is. Looked low to me. 1 out. Here's Nardhagen. Slider inside. Clear worked 2 1/3 innings last night. Struck out 4. He fans the first man he faces today. That evens the count. A ball and a strike. In these last 11 games, twice the White Sox made 4 errors in a game. Another time they made 5 errors in a game. 4 times they made 2 errors in games. And a total of 25 errors in 11 contests. Popped it up. Forney Lansford is there. 2 away. Here's Lemon. He doubled in the 7th. Fans beginning to head for home. Jerry Holtzman watching the ball game here tonight. Jerry, you know, has turned himself into a publishing house. He's issued a 10-volume set of sports classics. Books are handsomely bound in blue with red spines and gold lettering. 8 of the volumes are by living authors who have autographed their books, and their real signatures, not rubber stamp facsimiles. For more information, you can contact Jerry Holtzman in Evanston, Illinois at 1225 Forest Avenue, Evanston, 60202. There's the ball game. Pop foul. Clyburn is there, and the Angels have made it 2 in a row. Taking advantage of 4 errors to beat the White Sox 5-2. The White Sox now are in danger of losing second place. They may drop to 3rd tonight.
A save to clear his 3rd. Game-winning RBI to Lansford is 4th. Time of the game 2 hours and 8 minutes.
2 hours and 8 minutes is what it took. Should Texas win tonight, the White Sox will drop down to 3rd place. The White Sox now are 3 games under the 500 mark, and their many errors are really catching up with them. The totals are 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher is Ed Halicki, his first victory for the California Angels. Mark Clear gets a save, which is his 3rd of the year. For the White Sox, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. The loser was Steve Trout. He now was 1-2 and lost 8. How can you lose a ball game when you allow only 1 hit in 7 innings and only 1 run for 9 innings, 1 earned run for 9 innings, permit only 6 hits for the whole 9 innings, and still get beat 5-2? How can that happen? Well, when you make 4 errors, that's how it can happen. And that's how it did happen here, spoiling this very wonderful birthday party commemorating the 70th birthday of Comiskey Park. Well, better luck tomorrow night. It'll be teenage night, and we'll be with you at 7:15. Jimmy will have an interesting post-game guest coming up in a moment. Now until tomorrow night, Harry Carey wishing all a very pleasant good evening. Repeating the final score again, the Angels 5 and the White Sox 2. Better luck tomorrow. So long, everybody.
The Chicago White Sox have been brought to you by the following participating advertisers. Schlitz, the one beer brewed for men who've tasted gusto and know there'll never be a better beer than Schlitz. Go for it. Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealers. If you're looking for the right car or truck, right now, Chevy's got it. Just come and get it. True Value Hardware Stores. True Value. More than just a name, it's our way of doing business. Commonwealth Edison, providing you the power to grow. The Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Chicago. Bottlers of Coke, Tab, Sprite, and Fresca. Have a Coke and a smile. Interlake Incorporated, a Chicago-based company in metals and material handling. Sponsoring White Sox baseball for 8 consecutive years. Rusty Jones are the over 2,500 new car dealers who offer Rusty Jones rust proofing nationwide. Hello, Rusty Jones. Goodbye, Rusty Cars. Zenith System 3 color TV with computer space command remote control. See your Zenith dealer for a demonstration. And by the Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. Nobody can do it like McDonald's can. And by Checker Oil. If you want good quality where the price is right, that Checker, it's a gas.
A TV 44 sports presentation. This game is copyrighted by the Chicago White Sox. You're watching TV 44, WSNS Chicago.
It's time for the Baseball Report Show featuring Jimmy Pearsall. Baseball Report is brought to you by your greater Chicago area Toyota dealers.
Hi, everybody. Jimmy Pearsall back at Comiskey Park. The White Sox lost 5-2, a ball game we'd rather not talk about last night's either. Things are just not going our way. We're making too many mistakes in the field, but young Trout stayed right in there, pitched a whale of a ball game. My guest, Joe Rudi, a gentleman who's been in the big leagues for 16 years, certainly a guy I've always admired and enjoyed watching him play. Joe, tell me a little bit about Trout tonight. It looked to me like he had pretty good stuff.
He pitched real well against us tonight, and he pitched well in Anaheim against us. He's got a good arm, and the thing he showed me, I think, more than anything was he didn't give up. You know, he got some shoddy fielding behind him a little bit there. Then we got the 5 runs against him. He just buttoned down and just kept firing and did a good job.
Joe, I've noticed you used to have a pronounced stance with your left foot up near the plate and your right foot back in the corner of the box. You've changed a little bit. Any special reason for it?
No. It's just something I've been working on. Darren Johnson's started working with me a little bit last year, and I was just having a little bit of trouble at the beginning of last year popping the ball up a little bit, and he was trying to get me to get the top hand over a little bit more, and so I opened up a little bit. I really haven't changed my hands that much. I just took the bat off my shoulder. I still have the hands basically in the same spot, but I have opened my stance up a little bit more than I was.
We'll be right back with Joe Rudi right after this message. Jimmy Piersall, my guest Joe Rudi. Joe, for many years now, 16 years, you face a lot of different hitters. Sinker ballers, guys who can throw hard, guys who throw sinkers and sliders. How do you try to hit against a guy who just throws nothing but smoke?
Well, you just try to be short and quick more than anything. You know, Trout has a good fastball, and he tries to run in a lot. Then he's got a good sinker and a changeup, and you just try to get him to bring the ball up. He struck me out the last time up on a good, sort of a little slider, although it might have been his changeup that he threw down. And he's got a good stuff. You just try to be short and quick and get on top of the ball.
Do you stay back in the box if a guy throws mostly fastballs to get a longer look at the ball?
Yeah, you have to move around in the box. Like against him, I move deeper in the box. And if you're going to get, say, a right-hander that throws a lot of junk balls like Stone with Baltimore, you got to move up on the plate and challenge him to try to jam you.
You're playing with a ball club right now. Things are not going too well. You've been here 3 years. You had a wrist injury. You pulled a muscle. You just seemed like things were going bad. You only played maybe a couple of 100 games for them. Is this something that happens, you think, as you get older? Maybe you over-exercise? Why do you think some of these injuries occurred?
Well, I don't think broken bones have anything to do with age, but it's just one of those things you're going to have in the game. Everybody's going to have them, and luckily up to that time I'd never had any major injuries, but I got hit in the wrist with a ball in '77, broke my wrist, and then last year I popped my Achilles and missed the latter part of the season. But, you know, it's just things that happen. I hit first base wrong going down the bag, and I jumped at the bag and hit the inside part of the bag with my foot up, my heel down. It popped my Achilles, and I feel as good right now as I did 10 years ago. I'm probably 15 pounds lighter than I was last year, and I feel great. I feel super, and I think it's all mentally. I think if you start feeling old and all that kind of stuff, you're going to play that way. And right now, I feel great. I'd like to play as long as I can.
Joe Rudi, thank you very much for being my guest. I hope this is a year where you don't have any more injuries.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Good, Joe. Thank you very much. Good, fine. Now we play the Angels again tomorrow night at 7:15. Harry Caray's on deck show. Then again, 7:30. The game starts. The White Sox lost at 5-2. Trout got the loss. Galecki, with a lot of change of speeds, won the game tonight. He's now 1-1. Don't forget the game tomorrow night, 7:30. I'm Jimmy Piersall saying thanks for listening.
Guests on the Baseball Report show will receive the rechargeable L-Tron Interstate Shaver by Braun AG, featuring the L-Tron Platinum-Coated Shaving Head, designed to catch corners and cut your beard skin close. It's from Henry K. Jewelers at 547 North Michigan Avenue, in the 3rd level of the Water Tower Place.
This has been the Baseball Report Show. Baseball Report has been brought to you by your greater Chicago area Toyota dealers.